We're going to Susan Botting, who's in Northland for us. Susan, good morning.
Hi Ryan, how you going?
Hello. There you are. Literally just sat down in Whangarei. It's good to have you back on the show, Susan. So what's going on up north?
Well, you think about jigsaw pieces, and that's what local government's kind of like really in New Zealand. There's many jigsaw pieces with extra overlays and all sorts of different creations. So up here in the north of New Zealand, there are 4 councils, and the government wants to restructure the hell out of local government. And so the 4 councils are thinking about how might we do this? And they have to get submissions to the government about this by February the 20th. Anyway, Kaipara District Council in the lower part of Northland, which has places including Mangawhai that many of the viewers will know, and you can see on the map there, it's proposing the idea put forward by a group of North Rodney people to combine Kaipara and North Rodney, which is 30% of the Auckland Supercity footprint, into a new standalone unitary authority. So it wouldn't be Northland and it wouldn't be Auckland, it'd be its own gig. So it's really interesting to look at that map because if you think about the Waitakaris, so the southern boundary of this area would reach from around about Murawai and then travel northeast up to Waiwera. So the Waiwera River would be the boundary. And then a lot of you would know, people would know the Johnson's Tunnel, and there's State Highway 1 there with the Kaipara sign, and that's the beginning of Northland, a little bit north of Johnson's Tunnels. So under this new plan, Johnson's Tunnels would be in Auckland, but Puhoi would become part of this new unitary authority. Helensville would, they would join lots of other smaller service towns. And then places that are growth challenged like Mangawhai and Matakana would also be part of the gig. So it's kind of like creating a rural unitary authority with a coastal settlement vibe and some service towns, which is quite different from the more urban centric perspective of Auckland City's mantra, according to those that are wanting to do this. It's quite interesting.
What's the vibe? What do people think of it? Most Northlanders, are they like, ooh, get away?
I think there's mixed vibes about this. I don't think the Mayor of Auckland's too happy about it. He's got a few thoughts about that as well. But I think in this world that we're in now, with the restructuring, which is the biggest restructuring of local government in New Zealand since 1989, which some viewers might be able to remember that year, I think that there's very mixed feelings. And what's interesting about this, there are 4 councils in Northland, and they're kind of doing a sort of an idea that they want to put forward. But in the meantime, there's other options been going to be sent to the government with Kaipara District Council's submission on this. All the submissions, as I said, they need to be into the government by the 20th of February. So the North Rodney guys say, we've got scale with no control, and Kaipara has control with no scale, because Kaipara is one of the smallest councils in New Zealand with 26,000 or maybe 27,000 people. And they want to grab sort of 50,000 people from North Rodney and the 30,000 from Kaipara and put that into a kind of a bite-sized chunk more fitting for the future. In 1989, I think there were 9 councils in 2010 that were amalgamated to create the Supercity. And in 1989, before that, many small councils were amalgamated. The interesting thing about this proposal is that Auckland's set up under its own piece of legislation, and the government said, as part of this restructuring for New Zealand, Auckland is not part of this gig. So that hasn't stopped Kaipara District Council from still wanting to put their proposal forward. And the mayor of Auckland was once the mayor of the Far North, and he also has previously pushed for amalgamation in Northland. It didn't fly in those days, but he's pretty keen on the idea of streamlining and more greater efficiency. So there's a lot of thinking to be done, because it's like, you know, you might think councils don't matter much, but they do matter in terms of look at Look at Wellington.
Well, do we
It's
need
my
to look
case.
there? Unfortunately, we
happens.
do, and we are going there now, Susan. I appreciate you coming on the show as always this morning. Susan Botting, our Northland local democracy reporter.